a guy who was just getting started 18 years ago, who had one Super Bowl and who was a year away from getting his next two, Tom Brady at age 43. We played the clip on the way in. He said he will definitely consider playing past the age of 45 if he keeps playing the way that he is now. This is something we talked about last week. I mean, look, he's always used that expiration date that seems far enough out into the future that he never has to talk about it. Used to say, I'm playing 10 more years. The next year, I'm playing 10 more years. The next year, I'm playing 10 more years. Then he started saying until he's 45. Now that 45 is 2 seasons away and he's playing pretty damn well, why would he stop? I think this guy will go as long as he can. He'll take it to 50 if he can make it. He'll take it beyond 50 if he can make it, Charean.
We've never seen anything like it, Mike. You know, you started seeing Peyton Manning, the legs give way. As you've always talked about, the legs go first. We saw that with Peyton his last year. He couldn't have gone another year. But with Tom Brady, you don't see that. I mean, you look at the yards that he passed for, it's incredible. He's almost passed for 5,500 yards this season, counting the postseason. It's been amazing. That's the 4th most of his career. The arm has gone nowhere. The legs look pretty good. He only took 21 sacks this season. Only one time in the last 11 years has he taken fewer. He thanked this offensive lineman, he said today on the call, with some watches that just came in from Europe, some expensive watches. So he appreciates that offensive line, Mike. But this is a guy who doesn't look like he's toward the end. He does look like he's in the midst of his career, the prime of his career. And I just don't see him retiring until we know that it's the end. And he said he'll know when it's the end. It's not the end yet. I just don't think we've seen that. It's amazing to watch what he's doing at this age, Mike. Unbelievable.
The giving of watches is fitting because Father Time ultimately will dictate when Tom Brady has to step aside. And Father Time, as Al Michaels said 3 years ago during the Super Bowl 52 broadcast, Father Time doesn't know where Tom Brady lives. Tom Brady has defied Father Time to the point where that becomes the identifying feature of his career. And it's the longer he goes, the more he wants to go. To make a extremely timely and hip reference, it reminds me of the Seinfeld episode when Kramer is test driving the new Saab and they're getting close to empty and he just wants to push it as far as he can. How far can Tom Brady take this car that has a tank that inevitably will be out of gas? Who knows? 46, 47, 50, who knows? But the way he played this year and the way that he's been embraced by Tampa in a season that had not nearly as many fans as hopefully will be present for next year's games. There's a lot of money to be made by the Buccaneers if they can keep this guy around, and there's more championships to win. You know, he's in Super Bowl number 10. It would be stupid to just say, well, this is the last one. With Tom Brady, you can never say anything is the last one, Charean.
I think he's been rejuvenated too, Mike. When you look at going to a new place where it's warm, his family has seemed to embrace Tampa. He's embraced learning a new offense and being around Bruce Arians. And you know, I think that was a relationship that had to evolve, and I think it has to evolve to a point now where they know the other very, very well. And I think they're enjoying this relationship that's obviously going to extend to next year. And I think he's enjoying being with Byron Leftwich and his teammates. So I think this has been very good for Tom Brady to leave and go elsewhere. We don't always see these type of things working out. When you think of Emmitt Smith, even Joe Montana didn't win a Super Bowl. He did get to the playoffs, but didn't win a Super Bowl there. But a ton of these have just not worked out quite the way that they had hoped. Peyton Manning and Tom Brady obviously have worked out in their second careers at different places.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.